welcome back to the show. If you're new, I'm Idol, and I'm so happy you're here. Don't touch that dial, we've got a lot of fun in store today. I love drawing my original characters and building worlds for them to live in. It's one of my favorite things to do, and here at Idol TV, that's what we're all about. Previously in the land of oversaturated palettes and weird proportions, I designed her. This is my OC, Muselie, or Muse for short. She's so stinking adorable, but she wasn't ready for her main character era. Though she's technically not a main character. For some context, Muse comes from a world of my creation where all of the people have any skin, hair, and eye color imaginable, natural and unnatural. And they also have these little adorable elf-like ears, it's so cute. Muse isn't my main character of this world, as she's actually the main character's best friend. And if you want to see that character, I actually did some art of her in my Halloween video, so go check that out after you watch this one. Her first design here is so cute and still relevant, but I feel like it didn't really capture how I see her in my head, and I've improved a bit since I first made her. So today's show will be a redraw. Alright, let's get into it. So Muse was definitely inspired by hehe fashion, which is my personal favorite kind of getter style, and her energy and personality is very soft and sweet, which I think fits perfectly with her aesthetic. I also think she's the perfect contrast to her best friend, who's the main character of the story, and yeah, again, if you want to see more art of her, check out my Halloween video after this one. So as I was saying before, Muselie's first designs are really cute and definitely still relevant to her character. Like, she would still totally wear those outfits, but I wanted to shake things up a little bit, honestly a lot of it. And not only that, but today's segment is also for me to show you some of my usual art process when it comes to how I paint my OCs. For this redraw in particular, I wanted to give Muse a new look that felt more like her. So this time I not only focused on the outfit, but also more of like the flow and the pose and picking better colors. And I for sure think this piece helps others to like get a better understanding of her character just by looking at her compared to the first drawing of her. And yeah, my art process for drawing OCs is usually always pretty much the same. I typically start by doing the flat colors, which is normally skin and hair first, and then I go from there with like the outfits and stuff. And since I spent longer color picking the outfit colors for this piece, I think it went really well, and I really wanted to see how things would look with her skin and hair, so I tried a lot of different things at first until I found the perfect colors that I wanted to use, which I think is always a good idea. And moving on to the rendering, my rendering for skin and hair is really simple, honestly. Like, even when I add like shading, like proper shading to it, and like or like actual shadows and light and stuff like that. So sometimes I do that at first too. Like, I don't know why I like to kind of render the skin, because I feel like the colors, like, you see more of what their actual skin tone and hair tone is like, because I add other colors and tones to it typically when I'm rendering skin and hair. And like, you know, obviously like adding like the blush and stuff to like kind of show that there's like blood running under the skin, you know, that the skin looks warm and it's not super cold toned, or if it's cold, oh my gosh, cool toned. If it's more cool toned, you know, whatever it is, like, you kind of get to see like the true color of the skin, and that helps me to figure out what colors would look best for the outfit sometimes. So sometimes I do that first. I at least usually do the skin blush first, and yeah, it helps me to put everything together in the piece and see how the colors of the outfit will work together with everything. So as you can see here, I finally figured out all the colors for the outfit. And doing the blush on the skin was really helpful with that. And then now I am rendering out the hair, and I kind of messed up like some of the positions of how I put like the hair in the layers, so as you can see I'm going back and forth between the layers, but it's cool, you know. To kind of go back a bit, so how I started with the piece, I started by sketching her a few times until I found a pose that I liked. That's like usually how I go about drawing my characters, or just drawing anything pretty much. And yeah, and then I typically always try to, try multiple sketches when I'm trying to draw from imagination and not use a reference. So yeah, I just did that until I came up with something that I liked. And then because I already had a general idea outfit in mind, I just sketched around a few times until I found an outfit that I thought looked really cute and also thought it would be something that she would wear. And then I did line art and started coloring it. Like most of us artists, I use Pinterest to collect inspo and reference pictures, and here I have them laid out in like a collage that makes it really easy for me to view everything at once. And I often do this for outfit ideas unless I already have something in mind that I want to draw them in. And yeah, but her new dress has those really girly himegari vibes that I love so much, like frills and bows and like shiny textures, while also not being like too much for her style. Still, Muse rarely goes anywhere or is ever even really seen without her parasol in the story, so I had no choice but to include it. And I'm not complaining though, as it's like one of my favorite things about her design and her character, and it really adds something like different for me because besides just normal accessories or things like that, I don't often add props to outfits, and I consider a parasol to be more of like a prop. It's still an accessory, but you know what I mean. Now here I started rendering the skirt, and I've never done this type of like style of rendering or this style of like dress before, but I think I did a pretty good job for my first time, and it was actually really fun to do it. In general, I think I did a lot better at drawing this time and like redrawing her than the old art, because like at the time I didn't even know how to draw a parasol, that's why it looks like that. And I didn't know how to draw like her curls that she has either in my art style, so the old art doesn't represent her as much as it should. But that's the fun of redrawing old art and seeing the improvement right in front of your eyes. And I didn't do line art in this piece, as sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. I just cleaned up most of it to look clear enough. Because I think if a piece looks good without line art, which it often does for me, then I just don't do it. And not even because I don't like line art, as I actually do and I like doing it a lot, but I just don't like how it looks on every piece. Going back to her old art, I could see what I liked about her, and I was very proud of it at the time, but I also see things differently now. And the proportions and the pose were a bit stiff, and the outfit just wasn't really her style so much, and overall it kind of looks pretty sloppy. Like, look at her hands here, oh my gosh. Like, I'm not amazing at drawing hands, but I'm not terrible at it either, and I've loved drawing them ever since I started taking art studying seriously. But none of that stuff matters, as the most important thing to me is that I barely tried on the old art, and I'm not proud of that. Which is another reason why I really like this new drawing a lot, as I actually feel like I tried a little harder, and that's what counts. Overall, this piece honestly isn't exactly a redesign, and it's more of just like a redraw, but like kind of, I guess they're kind of the same thing. But I feel like that because the only thing I really changed was like drawing her natural curly hair and just putting her in a new outfit. But now her base design is more true to her, and it's so pretty. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Muselie is the fairest of them all. Here I continued with just rendering out the piece. So I finished off by adding some shading to her parasol in the little frills of the rim of it, and I think it looks really cute. I actually really like the design, and I like the little bows on it. It's so pretty. Then I moved on to rendering out more of her outfit, so like the little bows on her shoulders, and yeah, just adding finishing touches, some highlights, some shading, and just making everything look a little better. And then I finished off by just adding a little bit more like dimension and shading to the skirt so it looked a little bit more puffed out. So I wanted to just add some like shaded corners and creases of it. And yeah. Oh, and a quick word from one of our sponsors. This episode was brought to you by Artistic Regret and Too Many Layers. If you love OCs just as much as Addie does, then you should definitely subscribe. That's me, by the way. Now back to the art. This part was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed like rendering the skirt out and like adding this like shaded part to it and making it kind of more puffy. I feel like it added a lot more to the skirt. Like without it, it doesn't look as like puffed out, or it doesn't look as like poofy as I wanted it to be. But I love this kind of poofy look to it, and this dress definitely reminds me of Princess Peach. Like, oh my gosh, I think that's so cute. I want to draw her as Princess Peach. I think that would be really adorable. Okay, moment of truth. Ta-da! She's all finished and pretty as a peach. Drawing new outfits for OCs is so fun. It's a great chance to see improvement, and I'm so happy you were here to join me. Let me know what you think of her new look, and the team here at the station is always open to submission ideas for new segments, so make sure to say what you're looking forward to seeing next in the comments. Idol TV has a lot more to offer, including more OC art, tutorials, lore, and even Muse's family? You'll just have to wait and see. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. Thanks for watching this episode of our show, and hopefully maybe I'll finally fix that other OC whose design haunts me at night. Bye-bye now. Idol Angel signing off.